There's a NASA scientist. He thought, well, I've been working for NASA a long time, and I'm going to go out and I'm going to do something else. So he decided to open up a little business, and there's nothing wrong with that. What he did was he decided that this little business, he's going to teach dogs a new trick. Okay, that sounds like something ordinary, except he's teaching these dogs how to take a selfie with your iPad. There are several programs that the people get for their iPads, and one's called City Dog and Big Camera Button. You have to get a program for this, and Puppy Painting app. So they teach the dogs how to lick certain spots. You're supposed to take the dog, hold a treat on your hand, and then when he touches the right part of your hand, he gets the treat. Then they bring out the iPad. But this isn't free. This class costs $247 per session. And it's only about a 90-minute training class. So if you've got $247 laying around and you got your dog, and we all love our dogs, but do we really want them choosing our iPads? Because then I want to use the iPad. Not tonight. I'm using it. I got to watch my doggy porn. Take selfies for myself. And this is basically what this is. It's trying to teach the dog to take a selfie of himself. Dave, your thoughts?
Man, I don't know. The selfie craze is just a ridiculous thing as far as I'm concerned. They've been talking about how selfies reflect narcissism and all of this stuff. And I wonder if a dog can really be narcissistic. Well, besides Dawkins' dog, of course.
Right. Dawkins' dog in the chat room there, yes.
Dogs can be trained to do all sorts of incredible things, and it's really amazing to me how we've been able to impact their evolution, and the relationship that we've had with dogs over the course of our history and their history has been pretty phenomenal. They're very unique in a lot of different things that they can do in the animal kingdom and the things that they can be trained to do. And I'm always being amazed by what they can be trained to do.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Connie, your thoughts?
Well, we clicked on this story because it was kind of funny and ridiculous to think about dogs taking selfies. And so what's next? Do you have dogs taking pictures of other, upskirt pictures of other dogs, and the lawsuits? But the reason that this would work, with dogs is dogs are pack animals, and they want to please their owners. And actually, the woman it was a woman, not a man, who founded this.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Her name is Nicole Scott.
Okay.
But
I apologize.
That's okay. But as she founded City Dog, and she got a friend to work on this whole project with taking pictures. And the other things they do too, by the way, they have eye dog clinics for skateboarding and parkour, which is that thing where people, it's kind of like an obstacle course and you're rappelling off walls, but it's to get people to be involved with their dog and pets. And this whole thing about the selfies, or they also have word recognition software that they use, and the dog can learn to see the word sit and actually do the command.
Yeah, I saw that. And I read that. That's very interesting. It's like they were trying to teach the dog to almost read, basically.
Yes. And then there's puppy paint. The dogs, when they're done with these sessions, it's like they've been walked in the park for an hour. They just they're really worn out. They actually are really very engaged in it. And so, if it makes a better relationship for people, to actually do things with their pets that maybe they can't always get out, that's interesting. It's expensive, but
yes, it is. It is very expensive.
It's interesting, and of course, a cat would never do that.
No, cats are already into themselves. They don't need selfie. They're already self-absorbed. It's like, selfie. I look at this every day. What do you got?
They say, hire me my photographer, and I'll just lay here. And
right.
So
you're the ones that got to bring the photographer. I'll just sit here and do.
That's right.
That's right.
I am the proud staff for 5 cats. So yeah.
There you go.
I get it.
Brett, your thoughts?
Well, I've got a German Shepherd, so I know what it's like to have a dog, but this whole thing just struck me as bullshit. I'm sorry, but like in the article, the guy was like, he was saying, I wrote the quote down, man taught dog to become integrated into his hunt. Man used dog to guard his children. So you know what? If what man's into right now is his device, Let's get the dog interested in the device. But dogs naturally hunt. Dogs naturally guard. They don't sit and look at themselves in a pool or a puddle. Yeah, that's a human thing. I mean, I understand the idea of like relating to your dog or doing things with your dog. Because I do stuff. I work from home. My dog's with me 24 hours a day. She and I are joined at the hip. But there's a point where we're trying to make these animals into people. Right. It's like they're animals. I respect my dog for being a dog. I like it when she's rolling on the ground like she's rolling in some dead animal, and I like when she's out howling at the fire truck that goes by. That's a dog, that's a wolf animal. So I don't know. Sometimes putting dogs in human costumes, having them play on a freaking iPad. I don't own anything by Apple, by the way. I don't know. I just thought it was kind of goofy.
Yeah, it is weird. It is the fact is why they're trying to teach a dog to do this. I mean, it's just
let a dog be a dog.
Yeah. But when you said they did say something really interesting about the way people perceive their dogs as people, and I've know a lot of people who perceive that their dog as their children. And when I was younger, and I had my nieces and nephews would come over, and they would do things with my dog, and they would hurt my dog, and I took it personally because it was like my kid, but I actually have kids, and I preferred the dog. No, I'm totally kidding. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding because of my daughter is sitting here going, "Give me the hand now." Yeah, right.
I've got kids and I've got a dog, and I've noticed that at least in with me, I seem to relate better to the dog.
The dog comes. I open the door. I don't even have to even say I'm home. The dog's already there, waiting for me.
That's right. So the dog and I get along with the dog. I get along with my kids too. But the point is that we're on a spectrum of living things on this planet, and humans do what humans do, and they do it well, and dogs do what dogs do, and they do it well.
Yes.
And we have, to some extent, co-evolved and selected that subspecies of wolf, right, to live with us. But I just did this kind of thing just for me. It just takes it too far. It's kind of I don't know, it's weird.
No, I agree with you there. It's just a little bizarre to do this for that. I mean, why?
The thing is, and then it boils down to this. I mean, as long as the dog doesn't care, and I can't imagine a dog that would care because they're giving it food, right? So it's getting what it wants, right? As long as you're not harming the creature, I mean, I don't know, do whatever you want, but I guarantee you're not going to find me dragging my dog down there.
Me neither.
Yeah,
me neither.
Frankly, humans need to stop taking selfies too.
Yeah. Wait a minute! I gotta stop the show. I gotta take a selfie.